Welcome everyone to another thrifting session at various Orange County Goodwill stores. My name is Daniel, your host for all things thrifting here, and we are back at it again. So let's check out what we come across at various Orange County Goodwill stores to see if we can spot some golden finds. If you're new to my channel and this is the first video that you are watching, welcome. I do welcome you to subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. It will not cost you a thing. And make sure, as always, to let me know if something catches your eye, and make sure to stay until the end to see what made it home. This vintage recipe box was very unique. It almost looked very simple, like modern, like almost like I couldn't even tell it was vintage, is what I'm trying to say, until I actually started looking through the inside, and there were actually still some recipes in the inside of these little index folders. I thought it was super cute. I love that it still had even some blank pages as well for you to add your very own recipe in here. So I just love finding vintage items like this. It makes it super fun, you know, and it's actually rare when you come across a piece that actually is still really great in condition. There was nothing wrong with this recipe box, and I absolutely thought it was so unique. While looking through the aisles, I found this Hearth and Hand item that's originally sold by Target. It is a brass antique finish hourglass, and I absolutely loved it a lot. The color was so pretty. Target versus Goodwill price comparison. Target is currently selling it for $16.99. Goodwill's price was $11.99, so you're saving about $5 here. So I thought that was a really nice piece. These were Nancy Thomas folk art season plaques. So these are like wall art plaques that you can hang. And they had each season, they had winter, fall, spring, autumn, I really, really love the autumn one because it had a few little pumpkins in there for Halloween, and I thought that was my absolute most favorite. Saw this Lil Woodsy's honeysuckle hillside cottage dollhouse. It was so cute. I loved it. It almost reminded me of a different dollhouse that is very similar to this one. It's like, I think, with different critters. I think it's supposed to be with hamsters. I'm not entirely sure of that collection, but it reminded me of it. And I thought this was actually really great for the price, and it was in really great condition. And it was just missing all the accessories. That was the only bummer part, but still a really cool, inexpensive piece. Now, this was the thrift of a century, and I'm being very sarcastic because I couldn't believe that Goodwill was even selling these. Now, there are definitely some very random and very interesting and odd things that are sold by Goodwill, and this was one of them. It literally was just a bunch of boxes that someone made, you know, to decorate with for Christmas. So they were selling gift wrapped boxes. I just couldn't believe it. I definitely would not have purchased that. This was also cool. I did like this little Halloween jack-o'-lantern candy bag. It was very small. It was, I think, a vintage piece, and it was made out of like some vinyl material. This is your sign that you should always thrift for a basket. If you're in need of a basket, they have so many different sizes and, different shapes, different materials, different colors. Thrift for your basket. Do not buy it brand new. I really like this sign, Farm Fresh Apples. It's originally from Pier 1 Imports. And I love finding items like this because it's just so cool seeing items that used to be from a store. Now, I believe someone had told me that Pier 1 Imports is still selling online. I have never shopped before with them, either online or when their stores were open, but I do come across a lot of items that are from like Pier 1 Imports. I also find a lot of Anthropology, Pottery Barn, you name it. So many amazing brands. Now, these scales were really cool. At one point, I was contemplating whether or not to pick them up, but I decided not to. So that's something that you will not see in the haul if you guys are thinking that I bought those. Saw a few Ray Dunn mugs. This one's a Christmas one, naughty and nice. Now, it did have 2 price tags, so I don't know what was up with that. Then this was $2.99 for this Halloween one that said potion. And I saw a little bit more of Halloween. As I mentioned, I am coming to a close with the Halloween buys. Unless it's something super cool at the thrift store that I find. But, I keep telling myself, and I always still end up bringing like so many pieces. Saw this vintage thermos. This was a really cool piece and only at $5.99. I have seen a lot of people decorate with these, especially the red ones for Christmas. So that was very unique. Speaking of Christmas, I found this really cool Santa sleigh. I think it's either wicker or grapevine material, and it was $14.99. I don't think it was super bad for the price because it's quite rather large and it would be such a cool piece to display. This vintage rocking chair was also a favorite of mine. I really loved it. The style was so beautiful, and I just love all the details in the work. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for the haul, which is coming up, to see what made it home with me from these various Orange County Goodwill stores. I hope you guys enjoyed that walkthrough. Let's go ahead and jump into the haul and see if you guessed what items from Goodwill made it home. So let's go ahead and see what we pull out of my bag right here. Now, again, I have mentioned before that I am stopping, so much focusing on focusing on Halloween. I'm really trying to stay away from it unless it's super cool. I am done decorating for Halloween. I'm not putting up anything else anymore. If anything, any of the items that I'm currently buying that you guys are seeing now are going into my Halloween bins to be used for next year. So I did pick up the Witch's Handbook. I think this is such a nice piece. It's perfect. I love that it's a book style. Of course, it is a little storage box, what we're used to seeing them being used for. But a lot of people use these to give, elevation to certain things. If they want to use them in a hutch or anywhere, a bookshelf to give, just height, and you want to put something on top. These really work, and I love the vintage vibes that this is going for. You can see the young witch here, and it says Witch's Handbook on the book spine. This was originally from Home Goods, and it was $12.99, but it was $4.99 from Goodwill, and I just love it. Again, I like using these for stacking them like this into the hutch and then putting stuff on top of them. So that's what I use these for. Then I also picked up a few pumpkins. I'm just gonna show all of them to you. And the reason why I'm still buying pumpkins is because I am going to be working on it's not really well, I guess you could say it almost is like a tablescape. It's going to be like my centerpiece for our dining table for the Thanksgiving season. And I picked up this green one right here. Some of them I do feel were a little pricey. This was 49 cents. This was a super deal price. It looks so realistic and I love the color. This one was $2.99. This one's more of a harder acrylic. But this one, I think DIY'd this. They put Oogie Boogie on the pumpkin, and I'm going to just simply be turning it around. I don't really want to mess with it. I could try, of course, repainting it. If I have the energy and if I have the time, I will change this into a different color. I don't have this green color, so it would have to either be a white, which is what I do have, like a terracotta white paint that I have. It might, if not, again, simply I'm just gonna turn them around. And we're used to doing that. You know, a lot of people, that what they do for Halloween and fall, they transition their pumpkins by flipping them over to the fall season so you can't see the pumpkin or the jack-o'-lantern face, and voila, you have a pumpkin for the fall season. So I got those 3 pumpkins and this one as well. Now this one, it does have some damage. These I think were resin. I think this is what I meant to say, not acrylic. I think these are made out of resin. And this one's a little bit broken. This was $3.99, but I just really fell in love with the shape of it. And I'm really going for a bunch of different shapes and colors for what I'm trying to do. This was originally from Home Goods for $12.99, and it was $3.99 at Goodwill. You know, things like this end up being trashed. So if no one buys them, eventually they get transported to other Goodwills, and in the likelihood of them being transported, they're gonna get, you know, even more broken. So I always try to salvage pieces if they are very minimally damaged. You know, like this is not a big deal to me. I can simply turn it back, hide it with another pumpkin behind that's, you know, a little bit more taller than this. Obviously this won't cover it, but something like that, if it's simple, I will pick up the item. I don't mind at all. I also picked up this pumpkin. This is definitely more of a styrofoam pumpkin. It was only 49 cents. This is probably something, you know, from like Dollar Tree, or maybe it was from the 99-cent store, the ones that closed here in California. And I also picked up the woodland creature. I am starting to actually gather a collection of these now. This was only $2.99, which I think is a really great deal. It's a little squirrel. Every time I see squirrels, I always think of you, Leslie. And it's, you know, it's a little squirrel, and he or she is covering under the mushroom. So I thought that was really cute. I love the little scarf, the little tiny pumpkin here, and the mushroom is just so adorable. It's a very nice piece. You know, stuff like this, I'm sure definitely is more than $2.99 if you buy them brand new at the store. So I got that. Then I also picked up the Christmas bucket. Now I really have I think I have an idea what I want to do this with, or what I'm going to do to it. So you guys will have to wait and see. I'm slowly but surely working on a Christmas DIY ideas video using thrift items. So they're going to be like thrift flips. I am going to be releasing one for a fall edition, so make sure to stay tuned for that. That should be coming out this week. And this was just a Merry Christmas bucket. It looks like it was someone's gift. It says Merry Christmas, the Browers. Sounds like someone's, like a family's last name. You guys know how I feel about that when people donate gifts. This was $2.99 at Goodwill, and it looks like it used to be, I mean, it was probably from Michael's for all we know. It doesn't say the tag underneath it. It just gives you the California compliant codes. But other than that, it's a very nice bucket. I love it. I love the white on it with the red Merry Christmas. Very farmhouse, but just beautiful. Love it. Now, the last item, you guys. It's quite rather large, so I'll try and get it all into frame. This was such a great deal. This was $6.99. I'm going to show you where it came from first. If you guys can see that, I'm so sorry the angle's kind of odd. It was originally from Pier 1 Imports. Pier 1 Imports. And, you know, it doesn't say how much it used to cost, but I'm pretty sure it was not $6.99. So I did pick up the Farm Fresh apple sign. I absolutely love this. I think it goes so perfect with the theme that I'm going for the fall season to do my Thanksgiving decor. Thank you so much, you guys, for, I know I asked a few of you to respond, or I asked all of you to respond in the comments to let me know if you think that pie, like apple pie, is fall themed. And some of you answered, so thank you so much for that information, for your opinion. I appreciate it so much. So I am going to be decking out certain parts of my home with fall themed items, so I'm super excited. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of a wrap up of what's going on in the next few weeks. So I am going to be, it might be a little bit topsy-turvy. I'm just letting you guys know right now because I'm doing a little bit of this and that. So I'm getting rid of the Halloween soon. I know, super sad. We're closing out the Halloween chapter. So I'm going to be putting up my ofrenda for my Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos display. That will be coming out soon as well because Day of the Dead is in November, the first week, literally the first 2 days, I think. And then I'm going to also be releasing a few fall DIY and Dia de los Muertos DIYs before my ofrenda, so that is yet to come. And then I'm going to be doing my fall decor setup for Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be completely jumping into Christmas. Now, I say not completely because I'm actually going to be putting up my Christmas tree. So it's going to be a little bit topsy-turvy because the tree, my Christmas tree, is going to be the very first thing that I put up that's Christmas-fied in my house. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm so excited to set it up. I have bought in a lot of ornaments, probably more than I should have. But, when it comes to changing out the themes of your tree each year, it can definitely ramp up a lot of money. So you just have to be careful. I am using some ornaments that I had from last year, but the majority of the tree is completely going to be all brand new. And of course, I have a brand new tree as well. And then I did buy some bead garlands from Walmart, but I'm actually going to be returning them because I'm really not liking the shape of them and the color. So I'm going to return those and pick up another few different ones from Walmart. I'm still buying some from Walmart. I have been shopping around from Joann's to Walmart to the at-home store. So many ornaments, you guys. I absolutely cannot wait to deck my Christmas tree out this year. It's gonna be, again, like I mentioned, a brand new tree, brand new ornaments, brand new theme. But I'm going to do the tree first because it's literally so time consuming. And I feel if I put the Christmas tree until December and sooner rather than, later, it's gonna feel like, boom, the end of December and I have to, bring it all down. So I don't really get to enjoy the full of it. So I always like displaying the Christmas tree a lot more earlier so that way we can appreciate it, take it in, admire it, and just have it be so beautiful. And I cannot wait for you guys to see that. Of course, I'm gonna bring you guys along and I cannot wait to deck these halls with Christmas. But before we do that, we are going to be doing some Thanksgiving decor. I'm going to be removing all of the Halloween hutch and doing it all decked out with Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys enjoy that and come along for the ride. So that is the end of today's video, you guys. Thank you so much, as always, for your support, your love, your comments. I truly appreciate it so much. If you're new and this was the first time that you dropped into my channel, welcome. Again, my name is Daniel. If you do truly love going to the thrift stores, then this is the channel for you. I do welcome you to hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you a thing to subscribe to other people's channels. And for, again, all of those of you returning, thank you so much, you guys. Don't forget before you exit to hit that like button because it really does help out my channel. It lets YouTube know that you guys are enjoying my content and it will push it out into the algorithm, which, as we know, can be very, very up and down. But nonetheless, thank you so much, you guys, for always returning back of course, for your support. So I will see you guys on our next thrifting adventure. Make sure that you guys are out there checking your thrift store to see what you find. You never know what you're going to find. You might even get addicted. I know that it has definitely become an addiction for me. I love thrifting and it's absolutely so much fun. And I'm sure you guys will enjoy it too. So I will see you guys on our next thrifting adventure. Bye, everyone. Take care, and I will see you on our next trip.